twice a day, 5 days out of 7. About 3,754 school buses crowd the streets of the UAE. Students of all levels fill these buses. Bus drivers are responsible for all students, regardless of their age or level of school. Today, we are presenting our research project, School Bus Monitoring System, Salamaty Mobile Application, prepared by computer science students from UAE University, Fatema Al Shehhi, Sara Al Shamsi, Noora Al Hammadi, and Al Taib, and it's supervised by Dr. Mamoun Awad. During this presentation, we will include the problem, idea, design, technologies, and testing. Students and parents are suffering. As shown, these were all victims of the current school transport system. Unfortunately, numerous students had tragic experience while riding the bus. Some of them had their last breath on the school bus. On the other hand, parents worry a lot about their children from what they hear frequently about the same bad news. So in the early stages of our project, we have found several existing solutions that were similar to what we have in mind, but each of them had limitations that made them unfit for our community. These limitations include things like technical issues, non-user-friendly interface, or lacked important functions. So, in order to understand what our community needs, we decided to create a survey. The survey gave us valuable information about parents' experiences and issues with the current school bus system, and it gave us an idea on how to fix current issues. With 175 parents responded. Results show that only 16.3% of UAE's schools use bus tracking applications. So it was no surprise to us that almost 98% of parents support the idea of a bus tracking app.
Following the survey analysis and the process of understanding what parents in the UAE really need in order to trust the current bus system, we developed Salamaty. Salamaty is an Android app that provides parents and bus drivers with the most requested features. Here's how Salamaty basically works. The user starts with the login process, and according to his or her type, the next page will appear. If he or she was a parent, the application will request a valid phone number and school name. Then, an OTP message will be sent to the authentication. After that, they have to enter the home location for only the first time, with some additional details. And finally, they have the choice to go through the different screens, status, map, or view all his registered children. On the other side, the bus driver pages. He will be asked to enter a school and a bus code to verify his identity. As it is verified, he will move to the all student list with their status to ease the process of tracking and taking attendance. Once the bus is ready to move, an optimal path will be provided to the driver to be followed. Despite the fun and enjoyable times, developing Salamaty wasn't an easy process at all. We have integrated several technologies to end up with this user-friendly application. First and foremost, Android Studio. Also, we stored the needed data in Google Firebase. For facial recognition, we used Azure Face API. Google Map for drawing the optimal path and displaying the map. And lastly, Route Excel API for the generation of the optimal path. Moving to Salamaty UML diagram, which explains classes and the relationship between them. One of the classes is FB Manager, which manages all the data that goes from and to the Firebase. Another class is Face API, where it takes the image from the background service, cam service, and then uses the API to recognize the student and mark them as a present. Location service was used to track the location changes of the bus as a background service. Once the location is changed, it will use the FB manager to update the location's value and therefore update the bus location on the parent screen. Moving to the testing phase with Sara.
Of course, many tests have been conducted to ensure the functionality and the usability of Salamaty. And there is no doubt that the testing phase was the most challenging one because we had to prepare a full environment with the school, houses, a bus driver, students, and parents. And we had to physically move throughout the route in order to check if the app is working. So it took us around 1 month to conduct all the tests needed. We used the black box testing method, and one of the tests was done at our university's campus, where we had 6 students, 5 were present and 1 was absent, 3 parents, and a bus driver. The golf cart served as a bus during the test, and now a video will show a demonstration of the test. The parent started by logging into the app by entering her phone number and choosing the school. Then she entered her location's details. After that, the bus left the school, which was located in the Crescent building, for its morning route. It passed through the 3 buildings, E1, C2, and the gate. And as you can see, the app showed him the optimal route with some details about the next destination. Then, at each stop, the students were recognized by their faces. They were then marked as green to show that they were present. Meanwhile, the mother was able to track the bus and to see that her children are safe. We envision our app to be adopted by all the schools across the UAE with the hopeful support from Emirates Transport Authority. We aim to reach out to more parents in order to get their feedback and further improve our app to not only meet but exceed their expectations. Future improvements can include the support of Arabic language, developing a dashboard for the school admin to monitor the buses and students, and adjusting the optimal route of the bus based on the traffic and congestions. In the end, we would like to thank Dr. Mamoun for supervising us throughout this project, and we are open to any thoughts, suggestions, or questions. You can leave them in the comments section. For more videos about Salamaty, please check the description box below. Thank you.